What is going? What are you doing?
Getting my goat.
You're what?
Watch this.
Today's topic is what's in my bag 2021. This is everything that I carry in my bag on a day-to-day basis. Usually when I go on a day trip or 2-day trip, this is what I'll pack in my bag, not including clothes, just my camera gear. Before I get too far, make sure you guys click that subscribe button. Let me know you guys like the videos, and you'll see when they come out in the future. In case you're curious, my last video that I released was how to add snow to your photos using Photoshop. I show you guys how to add snow into your photos in about 1 or 2 minutes. Really useful tool, helps your photos stand out. If you want to watch that, you can click the link that's going to show up right up there. Without further ado, let's get into what's in my camera bag. What do I carry my gear in? I have 2 different bags that I like to use, both by Peak Design. The first one is this one. This is my Peak Design bag. This is the Everyday. It's their V1, so I know they released the V2 series. I have not upgraded to that yet, but this bag is really nice. I'll probably do a review on it in the future, so if anybody's curious what's it like, maybe even upgrading to the V2, I'll have that. So my second bag is this one. Okay, it's another Peak Design bag. I'm gonna back up a little bit. I don't know how wide the camera is right now. This is my Peak Design travel bag. Lots of storage room. It can open up to be huge. If I plan on doing a full day shoot or maybe more, if I need to throw a few extra clothes, maybe a jacket in, this is a bag I'll take. In here, I keep the Peak Design Cube. This is what houses all of my gear when I'm going. All the gear I'll show you. Lots of room for it. Lots of accessory pouches within the bag, so really useful. It's a bit pricey, but if you can swing it, it's a great bag. Next, the camera I use is the Nikon D750. I got this about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. It's been a great camera ever since. I love using it. It's good low light, good autofocusing, everything that I could need in a camera, this does it. I will say, soon I plan on upgrading to a mirrorless, the Z6 II most likely, just because I used a mirrorless recently and it's really difficult to go back to a DSLR after using it. They're just super nice. On the bottom of this, I have the Peak Design plate, which goes onto the capture clip that I have on my Everyday bag from Peak Design. It also goes on the tripod. I can't show in this video because it's holding my other camera, but I use the Peak Design tripod. It's really nice. I got the aluminum version because I didn't want to pay $600 for a tripod. It's still a little bit more costly, but it's worth every single penny if you ask me. So what lenses do I carry in my bag? First and foremost, my favorite, my baby, my Tamron 70-200 f2.8. This is easily my favorite lens. I do a lot of portraiture, and when I'm doing portraits, I always use this one. Just the depth of field you get in it and the bokeh you can add because of that f2.8. It's beautiful. Also on the bottom here, you'll notice I have another one of those Peak Design plates. That's because whenever you put this on a tripod, obviously, you want to have it balanced. So you're going to put it right on the lens. I put this on here so I can attach it right to my travel tripod from Peak Design. Just makes it easier. Second favorite lens, the Sigma 35 f1.4 Art Series lens. This thing is just honestly really beautiful. That bokeh you can get when you drop down to f1.4. The low light situations, I know I do a lot of work for distilleries and breweries, so whenever I go into their locations, typically they're a little darker, so being able to open it up to f1.4 really lets you bring up that shutter speed a little bit and not have to crank the ISO as high. This is the lens that I got with my Nikon, the D750. It came with it. I wouldn't say this is a kit lens because this lens still retails for over $1,000 if you buy it new. This is the Nikon 24-120 f4. This lens has just been beautiful. You can drop it down to 24, like I said, so you can get really wide shots, or you can go up to 120. This is a really good one, and I like using this when I'm walking around a city trying to do photography. Something where you don't know if something's going to be a little further out, or if you're going to want to get a wide angle of a few buildings. This lens works really well for that. I will say that about 2 months into buying this, I did drop the lens. So I broke the lens hood for it. And I ended up buying a new one, and recently when I got hit by a car, I broke the lens hood again. Surprisingly, I had all my camera gear on me. That's the only thing that broke. So I don't know what it is about that lens hood, but it just is attracting danger. This isn't a lens for my camera, but it is for my phone. This is the Moment, 18mm wide angle lens. I have the case on my phone that I like to throw that on. It's just nice to have in case you don't want to pull your whole camera out, but you want to get a decent shot. Especially because I have the XS Max iPhone, so it doesn't have the super wide angle, so it's nice to get that, being able to get it. Once I upgrade to the new phone, I probably won't need that as much, but it's just nice to have right now. Probably what I've been using the most recently, my DJI Mavic Air. I'm not going to take it all the way out of the case. Most of you should know about the DJI Air. If not, I'll potentially do a review of this in the future, although they do have the Mavic Air 2 out now, so might not be as relevant. Going along with that, I have filters for both my camera and the drone. For the drone, I use these Polar Pro filters. I believe there's f4, f8, and f16. It just drops it down with the ND filters. Really nice to use to get that cinematic look, so you can drop the shutter speed down just to get double that FPS, the typical cinematic style. Really nice to pick up. I don't think they're very expensive either if you go on Amazon even. For my camera, I use Gobe filters. I bought these like right away when I got my lens. So they're really nice to have. I have one circular polarizing filter, or I have one variable ND filter. Really nice to have, not very expensive on their website. On the same lines as the camera, I have lots of batteries. So I have the battery in the drone. I have 2 extra ones. They run out really quick, so it's good to have extras. For my camera, I have 3 extra batteries. These are the ones I carry with me. I do have more, just in case, backpacking, something like that, where you're not gonna be able to charge. I like to just have the peace of mind that I'm not gonna run out of battery. Next, probably one of my favorite things that I have, I might be skipping some steps here, but my SanDisk SSD 1TB. This thing is so tiny and the speeds are so fast that I absolutely love this. I carry it with me everywhere I go. I also carry my laptop with me everywhere I go. That way, whenever I'm in the field, if I'm taking pictures and I make a stop somewhere, I like to just get them onto the hard drive just in case something happens to my camera. Hopefully nothing happens, but just in case. Next, some boring stuff. My SD card reader, I have that so I can plug it right into my laptop to transfer files. I got a flashlight. Always nice to have a flashlight. You never know when you're gonna need it. Also, I carry a knife with me. There's so many scenarios where you're gonna end up needing that. It's better just to have it to be safe than sorry. The last couple of things that I have, I carry extra SD cards just in case. This little SD card case. I bring it. Can't hurt to have extra SD cards if one of them gets corrupted, or for some reason, if let's say I'm taking it out of the camera, I drop it, break it, anything. It's nice to have extras just in case. Finally, I carry this Peak Design weather cover for my camera. I know it's probably not the best in terms of how much it actually covers, but you can cover the entire camera just enough and it'll be a nice tight fit so that when you're out in a rainstorm, if you want to get a picture, you have this, you can throw it right on. Really handy, really nice to have. And like I said, I also have the tripod, the Peak Design one, but I'm not going to be able to take it out and show you. I'll do a separate review sometime in the future. My favorite tripod I've ever owned, easily. No questions asked. Of course, if you guys are curious about any of this stuff or any of the items that I carry, I'll link it all in the description for you. Most of it in the description for you. Probably not going to link the flashlight and knife, but the rest of it will be linked in case you guys want to go look at it and get some for yourself. Like I mentioned, if you guys want to watch my last video, it talked about how to add snow into your videos. It looked like this. Pretty happy with that thumbnail. Not going to lie. I'm not very good at them yet, but I'm getting better. Pretty happy with that one. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. What kind of things you carry in your bag? What things you'd recommend to me that I should carry that I don't already carry? Always open to suggestions, so feel free to reach out to me. Like I always say, you can feel free to reach out to me any way you can find. I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, my YouTube channel, email, whatever you can find. Send me a message and I'll be happy to get back to you. And of course, do not forget to subscribe and like this video so you guys can see more of these in the future.